Welcome back to Brick by Brick. Today we're going to be doing a prediction. In this case, it's just going to be between a generic Republican candidate, a generic Democratic candidate. This is going to be a video on the best case scenario for the Democrat. So I've already characterized the safe, likely, and lean states. For the Democrats, we have the lean. This is based off of the 2024 election results, which were a pretty good year for the Republicans. So some of these states are a little bit less Democratic. Nonetheless, they're in the Democratic column, like New Jersey, New Mexico, and Maine. But those states will most likely be in the Democratic column, especially in a best case scenario. We will start out with the lean states for the Democratic Party. I think that in the best case scenario for the Democrats, they would be able to win New Hampshire and New Hampshire and Minnesota by a decent margin. And then what other states? I think there is a chance that Nevada goes by a lean margin. The rest of these I do think are probably going to end up being tilt states. We'll have to see though. Currently things are looking pretty good for the Democrats. Trump is not doing well. The economy is kind of crumbling a lot and so isn't doing well. So if this trend continues, it's a possibility. This could be the scenario for Democrats in 2028, but for now, it's just hypothetical. And then we will go towards the tilt states. I think there is a possibility that Democrats could possibly win North Carolina. It hasn't happened since 2008, but in this case scenario, we're doing best case scenario for the Democrats. We'll go with that prediction. And then we have in the district of Nebraska district, we're going to go with a lean Democratic rating. This district did go to Harris, so it is not too surprising that it would still remain in the Democratic column, but it might just go by a little bit more of a steady margin, more impactful margin. And then in the state, or in the other congressional district, this one is in Maine. Generally, Republicans are able to win this district. It is kind of the counterbalance to the Omaha district. But there is also, if I remember correctly, a Democrat as the congressman in that second district. So I do think that is possible for the Democrats to do well. And with that, that is 249 electoral college votes for the Democrat to 218 for the Republican. We have a couple other states left to classify. So we will go with some more lean states. I do think that it is possible. I'm gonna give the state of Wisconsin and Michigan as lean for the Democrat in a best case scenario, and then Pennsylvania it's tilt. Usually the Rust Belt votes together, so I do think it'll be the case, but generally in the last election, Wisconsin was the closest to being called for Harris. It did still go to Trump, but narrowest margin there, so we're going to go with that prediction as such, and that gives us 293 electoral college votes for the Democrats to 218 for the Republicans. And then in the state of Georgia, I do think that if Democrats are winning North Carolina, they are most likely winning Georgia as well. It's going to be by a narrow margin, but that is the rating I would give it. And then we get to the state of Arizona. Arizona went to Trump by the biggest margin of all the swing states, so I have a hard time classifying this in the Democratic column. I think it's possible it could go back. Biden was able to win it in 2020, so I'm really on the fence between the tilt red and tilt blue, just because it's best case scenario for the Democrats. In this video, we'll go with a tilt blue rating. And with that, that's a pretty big electoral college margin. We have 320 to 218. Probably this most likely won't be the case. It's possible if the economy continues to not do as well. But for now, this is kind of hypothetical matchup prediction between a generic Democrat and generic Republican. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.